to manipulate the RNG for this game. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm going to start the run now. Let's go. So this is a lot like the old Nintendo Donkey Kong. Just that this game has like 101 stages instead of 4. This is very, like in terms of movement, it's a lot like Super Mario 64. So you will see a lot of crazy strats. Not when I do that. So what I'm trying to do there in the beginning is I'm trying to buffer an input so that I get the first backflip frame perfect. And sometimes it doesn't work out. I do the same thing here on this stage. And I did it again. So it's not that big of a deal, it's just like a 1 second time loss if you don't get it, because you just jump like in a very weird way, and you don't really want to do that. So but like the first beginning stages are actually quite hard, as you can tell. So there are actually a couple of categories that you can run with this game. So in this case I'm running all stages, where I just do all the stages as quickly as possible. So there's also like all items, where you collect all items, which is a lot like Yoshi's Island 100%. There's also like a bonus game in the end. So when it comes to like every 4 stages, so we just completed a segment in this game. There's no cutscene playing basically, which teaches you a little bit about the game. Like so, for example, this cutscene, it showcases that you finish stages by putting a key into the door. And what happens after like every 4 stages is like you get a total for your time that you completed each stage you're in, and then you get 1-ups accordingly. So in this case, I will get 4 1-ups. So that was like the first segment. So now we're at the second segment, which is 1 to 1-4. So and you will see like a cool wall jump trick that I will be doing here, a lot like in other Mario games. If it worked. Okay, I'm just gonna do that normally. I don't know why that didn't work, so that's interesting. Like, that's one of the easier wall jumps, so I'm just gonna, like, do the next one to showcase. So this stage kinda looks cool. It's a very quick stage. If it has anything to do with my A button, because like I got like the framed wall jump quite like often there, so it's not really that difficult. I might have to replace my A button after the run or so, but I'm not sure if it has to do with it or not. So here I'm going to do a double wall jump here, but I'm doing a setup. See, so what I did there, like this used to be like an individual level speedrun strat, but it turned out to be like runnable strat now, like in a full game. That is because we found like a wall hug setup where you can get the wall jump every time. And there are like a couple of different ways of moving. So there's like a handspring jump, a double handspring, backflips, normal jumps, and what I did there was like a triple jump off the wall. So now like this stage is like, I wouldn't be surprised if I die here, because this stage is actually like, it has a very specific jump in it. Okay, I didn't die. So we will see the wall jump wall hug setup here in a second again. And by the way, like, if you can, you always wanna jump into a door, or at least fall into a door, like land vertically on the door, so that you skip an animation. Ah, that was an unnecessary death, but I guess it's fine. Like, that happens to me quite frequently, unfortunately. Okay, I didn't get it. So there we go, there was the wall hug setup again. So I have to go slowly down there. So here I'm going to place some items very quickly, so that I can quickly make it up here. So and if it's not possible to like land directly vertically a door, you want to just be as close as possible. And that saves a little bit less than 0.1 second. Come on! Like, what is going on with my wall jumps? Like, it's not that hard. I might have to skip those, because I don't know, like, what's going on with that. Like, my A button feels a little bit weird, but I don't want to blame it on the A button. But there's not much to the trick, like, if you don't get it, it's like, you just have to get, like, the, so it has to do with, like, the horizontal subpixel that you're on. So, like, there's honestly not much to it, I just have to, like, do the wall, like, backflip against wall jump and get, like, the right subpixel to get, like, into the clip into the door. But I don't know. So maybe you can save, like, 0.6 seconds here. I didn't get it, but it's okay. So that was the first world. So let's hope that for, like, the like, future of this run, like, I can get, like, the wall jumps like, more consistently. Because it's actually quite annoying if you don't get them. So, interesting here is, like, whenever you finish, like, a world, there's, like, a world transition. We actually don't want to watch that world transition. So what I'm going to do here now, after, like, I saved, I will hard reset the game. I need to find my gas pedal, because I'm playing this on emulator, so... Like, I'm a dirty cheater, so I hard reset it. So now, this is, like, faster than the world transition. And since I went back to the title screen and I did a hard reset, it completely got rid of the RNG, and now I have, like, I know exactly what RNG I'm going to get. So, if you don't know how the RNG works in this game, it's like, there are different things that can happen within a stage that can change the RNG, like, can trigger different RNG events, and it usually has to do with, like, the way that the enemies, like, move, like, the animations, or like, the door screams also changes the RNG. So, but there's not many RNG events on the next couple of stages, so it's very, like, as long as I don't die, I will be, I know exactly what RNGs I'm gonna get, and that is important for 2-4, because, in that stage specifically, I need to get a very specific RNG pattern to not die if I go for a specific strat. Let's hope I get that strat to showcase. So here, by the way, I jump into a door instead of walking, because it's 0.1 second faster. Well, actually, it's a little bit more usually it's a little bit more than that. Whoa! So what I did there on the spring, I did an extendo. That's what we usually call it. It's a jump where you, like, immediately can, after like a spring jump, get a handspring off. And I did it, but it was very close. Usually you can do it a little bit quicker, so that it is not that close. So yeah, there's that. So, and now I know kind of like what RNG I'm on. So, and that is kind of important for like the whole game throughout, to like save like a little bit of time here and there, like 1 second here, 1 second there. Sometimes it's more important, but World 2 is just very execution heavy and not so much not so much RNG heavy. So every like world has like usually an end boss that has barrel RNG, like in like how fast he like throws the barrels. It varies by like 0.3 seconds whether you get slow or fast. And then usually a little bit of a mess to RNG manipulate, because that like is such a little time save that it is like you cannot really do much differently, because it just you're gonna end up losing more time. So here I'm gonna do another wall jump. Let's hope I get that first try. It's gonna be a triple jump wall jump, so I shouldn't have the same issue that I have with the backflip ones. So this is just like based on positioning. This is it. Okay, that's unfortunate. So I tried to save like 0.1 seconds there by doing this backflip, but I messed it up, so I lost like 4 seconds, or like even more than that probably. I don't know. But that's like kind of like the nature of this game. Like if you play this on a high level, it's like you will do like strategies that will save like 0.1 seconds, but you end up, if you mess it up, you end up losing like all of the like time that you've gained from all of the small strategies that you implemented throughout the game. It's like really punishing in that sense. So now that I like did that stage like 2-8 a little bit differently, like I didn't do it as fast as possible. I changed the RNG in a way that I'm probably like, I'm not sure what barrel RNG I'm gonna get, but in the end, like for a marathon run, it really doesn't matter. It's just like for like world record stuff, which matters. So there is going to be a lot of changes, like because it's not really routed out in its entirety yet when it comes to the RNG. So there's going to be a lot more changes to that. So it's not really that relevant. Ah, damn it. So that is unfortunate. I need to see if I should be able to do this stage just fine. Okay. That's unfortunate. I'm actually gonna hard reset this. I think I should have done that from the get-go. If I had messed it up there, just as a safety measure. So what I'm doing here is a backflip key grab glitch. So, or like it's, you could rather call it backflip grab glitch because it's not exclusive to like the key. So basically, if you pick up a key, if you perform like a backflip, then like the key gets stuck to Mario's head, and that allows us to do like lots of cool stuff with it. So in that case, what I did, I used it as a way to not lose the key, to just fall into the key, fall into the door, because when I do that, like I'm not gonna die of fall damage, because like the door pulls me in, and it doesn't kill me as it would otherwise, from falling from that height. But you can also, like you saw that in 2-1 or 2-2, where I performed the double tumble glitch. You will see that throughout the run, I think, I believe like a couple of more times. That is like a trick where you tumble twice after you perform the glitch, and then you can do everything that you would normally not do with a key, while still technically having the key, which is super useful. Because like if you have the key, you cannot climb ladders, but if you perform the double tumble glitch, you can climb ladders now, and you still technically have the key, but it doesn't look like that, and the game doesn't act like that. So I'm going to hard reset here again, like after I save. So you always want to make sure that you save before you hard reset, because it happened to me before that I hard reset when that actually wasn't the case. Okay, so hard reset. So this manipulated the RNG again, because like in the introduction screen of like like Donkey Kong, like there's like this brick wall animation, and that kind of like sets up the RNG. So I know roughly what RNG I'm gonna get, depending on like what, like how I'm going to do 3-2. Like 3-2 is very, like, to get the RNG right there, you need to do like a backflip wall jump, and we know what happened so far in this run with a backflip wall jump. It didn't really go that way. So, but let's hope it works out. I'm hopeful. In the end, it's not that big of a deal, but it's like for world record this straight, it actually matters a lot. Ah, there we go. So I purposely have to slow down just like a very tiny bit here, so that I get the right RNG for the next two, like that I line up the right RNG. So if I done it correctly, the soldier in the middle will walk right. If I done it wrong, he will left. So I think I done it right. So now I can do a clip here. And this clip allows me to get early up of that like on that platform. So here I wanna try to pick it up in the middle, but you don't wanna waste too much time around there because it only says 0.1 second if you really land into like vertical up like on that door. So this is also like a very RNG heavy stage, but we manipulated that. So that should be fine. See? So if you die at any point, if you are in like an RNG manipulation, like if you try to RNG manipulate your execution, like has to be usually in a very specific way. So if I die at any point while I try to RNG manipulate, unless I have like backup strats, it usually messes up the RNG manipulation, because when you enter a stage again, there's going to be some RNG changes. Like in this stage, like 3-5, there is not at the beginning, but like in 3-6, if you die on that stage, for example, actually, then you will have like the RNG manipulation is messed up. I didn't get that glitch, but it's fine. Just lose me a second, because I have to go down slower there. I didn't get the backflip ramp glitch. So I can do the next stage really fast, or just like 0.3 seconds slower, which is what I'm going to do, because like it's like I'm gonna just die if I. Yeah, okay. Or I die anyway. So now the RNG manipulation is messed up, which will mean that I will lose most likely 8 seconds or so, because now I cannot go for the fast strat on 3.8 anymore. Okay, cut this a little bit closer, but I wanted to go safe, but I died anyway. But it's fine. So here again, I will be like, usually I would like this stage, like I would have to do it in a very specific way. But now that the RNG is already messed up, I don't have to do it in a very specific way. So I got bad RNG here. Like there was really nothing that I could have done about it. That was just like, okay, either I get it now or I don't. Because I don't have everything so memorized. Like, because like I only really consider, like when I think of RNG manipulation. Come on. What? Okay. Let's go up. No. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. So, there are so many different RNG patterns and stuff that it's a lot of memorization, so only if it really matters to me, like on a world record pace run, is when I keep really track of it. So since I don't know what RNG I'm gonna get here on this stage, I have to go for a safe strat, because like the other strat, like if I like don't get the right RNG, like when it's already too late, when I can notice, like it's already bad basically. So I had to go for a safe strat. But it's all fine, honestly. Like we're talking here about like some few seconds that matter if you like try to get the world record, but not like in a marathon run. In a marathon run, it's all just about showing off like what the game is capable of and kind of like playing consistent, not die too much. So I will be hard resetting here again, going first seed, which means the first RNG seed. Okay, for 1. World 4 is interesting. So World 4 is the first world where I will be doing a mid-world hard reset on purpose to line up the RNG again. Oh, that was bad. Like that was not what I was planning. So I have to slow down here. So I will line up again with the door. Like I think that probably changed the RNG, which isn't optimal. Because like for 4-4, like if I'm very unlucky, it's possible that I might lose a bunch of time on 4-4. But usually it should work out. I feel like I'm talking about RNG the whole whole run so far, but there's a lot more to this game than RNG. But when you're like a good runner of this game, it like sticks out more and more, and it becomes much more of your thought process. And I guess that's true for most games, because there's less like variation in terms of execution. Okay, good RNG. So if you duck there, you don't actually get hit by the spring that he throws at you. So now I will be hard resetting, and then I have to do a very hard strat, and if I don't get it, the RNG doesn't line up. Which, well, it's loses a couple of seconds, but it's not at the end of the world if you don't get it. So, like when one thing about this game that is so good is that it's like has such insane movement for like a GB game, which you don't see very often. So there's a hard reset. This loses like 1.6 seconds, but on average we're gonna save like a lot more time on the next couple of stages if we do them right. So it's definitely worth it to do. But there's probably something in the shadows that is better that we don't know of yet. Ah, I didn't get it. It's unfortunate. I almost got it, but it's fine. Now we should get different RNG. But it's not the end of the world. So this stage is mostly just execution, as you can see. There's like a lot of minor time saves that you can implement in the game, but some are very unreasonable to do consistent, like in a full game speedrun that is over like an hour long, or like technically can be under an hour, but lots of frame perfect tricks that saves you a couple of milliseconds and stuff like that. So I should get better RNG here. Yeah. Or like it could still be good RNG, but not what like this is different RNG than what I was hoping for. Maybe he changes it. Yeah. Huh, we still got good RNG even though RNG manipulation failed. So I planned for this. Easy clap. Like whenever it works out, I plan for it. Whenever it didn't work out, I didn't plan for it. But this is a little bit better because we have to kill this enemy, which loses like 1 second. But I mean, still, comparison, almost no time loss. Like besides like the strats that I didn't get right. So if anyone is ever interested in running this game, like there's also like a DK94 Discord that everyone I think is allowed to join, where there are like a bunch of people that run this game, and people are very welcoming for the most part, and it's a really fun game. So if you have anyone who's ever interested in running this game, that is your place. Or you can just hit me up, because I'm also like very, like, how is it called? Like I would help a lot of people that start running this game. Like one part of this game that I find was like so sad is that it's like such a good game, but not that many people in comparison to other games speedrun it, so it's like makes it a little bit less fun of a speed game to run because of it, but the game itself is really good, so it kind of like makes up for it. But so it would always be nice to have like more runners to run the game. Jumping into a door. So and when I go into the next stage, I actually buffer that input in the previous screen so that it is instant, not delayed or like frame perfect entry or anything like that. Oh, that was almost, like I almost got hit by the mushroom. But as you can see, like as soon as you get like pulled into the door, nothing can happen to you. So and as you can see, like he throws the barrels at a different interval, and he can either throw it slow or fast. And slow loses you like 0.3 seconds, while fast obviously stays at time. So and since it's like such a minor difference, and it's at the end of a world, it's really hard to RNG manipulate to get like the proper result that you want. So in some cases just like you will get it a little bit suboptimal, but if you got other things going for you throughout the world that are more worth it than it. So World 5 is actually like also very challenging. So it will be hard resetting here. So and like when it comes to like the beginning screen, you usually go like first seed or last seed, preferably first seed because it's 1.0 seconds faster. But in World 8 and 9.5 for example, we even go last seed to have better RNG because the RNG in that stage or in that segment is like how do we say, like it's very important that you get the right one there, and first seed doesn't give it to you, unfortunately. So let's hope I get the good RNG here, because even with RNG manipulation there's like some sort of like mystery where you sometimes like get bad RNG here, that we don't really know why. And I got good. I'm gonna go save. Okay, there we go. So in the next stage, well, let's hope I get the strat. We're gonna do 2 elevator clips, which, like, they are not that difficult, but you can easily mess them up. And you can also mess up this jump pretty easily over the sky. Ah, messed that one up. But I got the second one. In the end, it's not that big of a deal. Like, this was still fine. Like, bad ladder RNG. Like, ladder RNG is kind of annoying, but I got the backup wall jump. Like, I guess I'm now warmed up. Like, I guess it wasn't my A button, even though it kind of feels weird. I feel like I just wasn't able to press A properly before. Because it's still early in the morning, like I woke up like an hour ago. So it's like Like, I'm usually not awake at this time. I will usually like sleep for another like 6 hours or so. Or like maybe another 10 hours when I have like one of those days. So I'm gonna hard reset here again. Like, so you will see like a strategy that I recently found here. It's really cool. Like, I hope I don't mess it up to showcase it. It's a really cool one. Messed it up a little bit, but so you grab the hammer. Come on. I need to show this off because actually I got it. What? Okay, there we go. And this wasn't how it was supposed to go, but basically what I did, like what I figured out is when you like duck and then pick up a hammer, the game, I believe, acts as if like the hitbox of Mario just gets smaller, and then you can basically do things that you can normally not do. Like, for example, you can do wall jumps on a left facing wall, which normally doesn't work, but then it works after you perform the glitch and are in that state. And then, like, in that stage, like, you can just walk through the spikes because you basically, your hitbox is as if you were ducking. So that makes that strategy, like, stage like 3 seconds faster, so from what it was previously, which is a huge amount of time saved for this game. Because usually at this point, like, all of the strategies that we implement, like, generally just save like milliseconds. Like I consider like a 0.5 second time save to be a huge time save. Let's see if I can get the fast right here, because if I do, it's really cool. Yeah, I got it, but it wasn't the fastest. But I guess you can see it was really close. But you don't like when it comes to this game, there's always going to be like a range in which you complete the stage in. Like there's always like you can always do it like a frame fast, or you can do it like a frame slower. So that's something. So it makes this game like very intense in terms of like when it comes to the gameplay, because everything is so punishing. Like if you not on your level, like if you're not on your best play, then you will lose a lot of time just naturally because you don't do the strats as fast as you could have done them if you were on top of the game. And like I've been playing this game for a long time at this point. I started playing this game 2013, which is 8 years ago, when I was just like 15 years old or something, 23 now. And I've gotten like there was a time when I wasn't really playing this game like for the last 2 years, and I've recently gotten back into it, so I'm really like you can say hyped again for this game. So I'm doing like a cool glitch here, which I think that like the developers knew of, because it's like so perfectly set up for it. But yeah, you can just like do it like this instead of doing like all of the other shenanigans that otherwise would be the stage. Because like if you throw a key like in a ceiling, it just gets pushed up until it's out. So in the item boxes, the movement actually is not that easy to do efficiently. So I'm gonna do a cool strat here, if I can get it. No, I didn't get it. But there we go. I should get the right RNG on the next stage. Like I don't... maybe... I should, yeah, I should. So I'm gonna go for the RNG strategy here. Like it's not RNG, but like if I have done the RNG manipulation... that was a mistake. Okay, worked out. Okay, yeah, I got it. Like, I picked up the enemy a little bit too early. That had me worried, because if you pick it up too early, it can mess with the RNG, but it didn't in this case, because it was already kind of late. But, yeah, I got the strat essentially. The execution part of it could have been a little bit better. Like, it caught me a little bit off guard. Like, I was worried that I messed it up, because, like, let's be real, there's a lot of strategies like that I recently implemented, that I'm new to, that like I haven't really done that often in a run, that I just have practiced, like really not run setting, if that makes sense. So let's see if I can get the wall jump here. Probably not, because it's like super inconsistent. Like that's not even my fault if I don't get it really. I did get it. But I wanted to go for it anyway. Because like, I'm gonna be under the estimate anyway. Like looking at the current like way of the run, how it is going. Like, I'm known, or like not really known, but I feel like I've done historically very bad marathon runs when it comes to like the execution part of it, because like something is usually always going wrong, which is kind of like hilarious. Like in this case, like nothing really is going wrong, besides my own play here and there. But like every run that I've ever done in person, there was something like that could have was out of our control or something like that. So so to me, I'm like kind of historically known to have something like weird happen. So I'm kind of happy with how this run is going for the most part, even though obviously here and there it could have been like a couple of seconds faster. But so this stage is looking really cool. Watch this. There we go. So a lot of these tricks are like super tight, but there's also like some leeway with it. Like it's not like a game where everything is like super frame perfect and stuff like that. It's just more, you have like it's more the technical aspect about it, and the way that you do it, which makes it difficult. Because like if you can have like a lot of ways of doing it basically, so the more expertise you are, the more you can save things and have backups for it and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's like the general strategies aren't like that tight when it comes to like the frames that you have, the time to perform it in. Obviously it varies, there's some of course, but it's very timid usually. I hope that was the right word. I usually never use that word, just didn't know where that came from. So wind, wind is a little bit annoying in this game. And the next stage, trust me, there's lots of variations for that stage. Let's hope it works out. I practiced this a lot yesterday. Just in general, because I'm doing world record attempts. I'm doing world record attempts soon again. So yeah, already like off to a great start. Not really, but it's like it's gonna just mess up a little bit with the. Not smooth, but got that one. Can we get the? Yeah, we get this. Like that was decent, okay. Like, wasn't the smoothest, but like this, like I lost like 2 seconds from what is optimal. If I gotten the wall jump, I would have gotten like a 1 second swag jump. There we go. So you can actually like buffer the input there to get a jump over midair. But yeah, like there was like another strategy that I was going for, but that's a little bit RNG dependent, because as a human you don't have like the level of like execution to always get those wall jumps, and it's also dependent on like sub-pixel and stuff like that. So like optimally I could have done that 6, 7, like 5 seconds faster or so, but you don't really expect yourself to get that extra 2 seconds of time saved there, because it's just like RNG dependent, kind of RNG dependent. It's just like lucky. it requires some luck, let's just say it like that. Some things that are not in your control, basically. Like, this is an absolute banger of a song. Didn't get the fast strat. Like, there are like tons of strategies in this game, and I feel like for you it's like everything is going perfectly, like you don't know really what's like going wrong. But there's like minor time saves in this game everywhere. So it's like I could have like saved like 5 seconds here if I got the fast strat, but that fast strat is actually super difficult. So let's get this wall jump. This one is a little bit finicky. Got it! And we even got the 1 second time save. So this is a save penguin strat. So the fast strat here is actually to save the penguins. To kill the penguins is slower, but the save penguin strat is really difficult in comparison. Got it. Like, not perfectly, but... I cannot complain, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, I didn't even do this a second slower than what is optimal. So we're gonna do a ceiling clip here. Can be a little bit annoying to get sometimes. There we go. So, you just could see my mouse there for a second. I was looking at something, seeing if I could see something in chat. Because I forgot to look at it at all. But I just saw do 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 do, which was like, yeah, like my music, man. So there's like the biggest time save in this stage, like throughout the whole game, most likely, what is known at least at the moment, is in this stage. I didn't go for it in this case, but you can save 15 seconds here, but it's like a super specific jump. It's like I'm planning to go for that in the run because it's not that punishing, you just lose 2 seconds if you go for it. But it's like super difficult to do. Die here real quick. This stage, like maybe I can get the frame perfect clip here. That saves like 5 seconds if we get that. But yeah, this, like if you don't get the wall hack setup, that's really punishing. I mean, come on. I don't want to mess this up too often. Like, I'm gonna die again. Like, I'm gonna try to go for this one more time. If I die again, then I'm just gonna continue. It's like, I really wanna show this off, but it's like, sometimes, like, the setups don't wanna work. Like, you have those times. One more time. Like, I have more than enough time in terms of estimate to try this. Like, this bothers me. Like, if I... Like, this is not that difficult. Like, I forgot how to do this normally this stage because I've practiced this stage. There we go. Like, the problem with that... I guess the problem with, like, the wall hack setup is if you don't get it, you get increasingly more nervous, and then that really messes with... No! Ah! Okay, okay. I need to... Jesus Christ. Okay, okay, okay. If I don't get it, I do it normally. How do I even do this normally? Okay, there we go. Now just don't die because this actually loses a lot of time. Like I don't have that much time because I also want to go back to bed. Oh no! How do I even do this now? Oh no! This is really bad. Ah! Like this run was going so well, man, and then something like this happens. Okay. It's like I forgot how to do the stage normally. Like I never really have that many issues with this stage. Guys, I'm just trying to make this interesting. The problem is like dying if you don't get it is just so much more efficient. How did I do this normally before? Now I'm just choking, man. This is hurting. Okay, now I got it. Now just don't mess it up and be good. Try to go for the clip. Okay, that was one hell of a stage. I know what I need to practice, but to be fair, like stuff like that can happen. Unfortunately in this game, like this game is very punishing. And I need to look at the backup strat again, because I kind of forgot how it is. So I'm doing the double tumble here. So we're going to do a cool trick here. It's visually impressive as well. So watch this. So yeah, you can use the ladder to stand on to go into it. Okay, we're out of that stage. That one. That's unfortunate. World record on a marathon, like this game is very optimized. Like for me to get world record during a marathon run, like the stars need to align. Trust me, like it's very like optimized in that sense. Like, you don't just simply get it. Like you can, but it's like early in the morning. I'm not on that level. Because a lot of it has to do with consistency as well. It's like all of the stuff that I messed up in the stage, in this world, would have had to go right. Like none barely any mistakes. Like the extra time save that I can save. Oh. Okay, there we go. It's not that bad. So you will see like a cool glitch here soon. So and the timer that you can see on the top left is actually kind of important for the speedrun as well. So as I've told before, like jumping into the door is like 0.1 second faster, but you don't always wanna do it. That's based on the stage layout a lot of the times, because it's not possible, or it just doesn't make sense based on like the strategies that you do, because it just says 0.1 second, like 6 frames. So there's a lot more that is more worth it than that. But specifically when the timer goes down to like the 1s from the 10s, that is when you don't want to walk into a door. But I can elaborate in a second more. So, oh man. That hurt, that death hurt, because I haven't died in that like such a long time. It looks tighter than it is, but usually it should always work out, not like it did last time. So basically, so the game counts down once, then the 10s, and then the 100s. And one countdown, like one number, one digit, is 4 frames. So if it switches from the 10s to 1s, it has to count 9 additional 1s, which is a lot more time loss than... Okay, like this takes I can elaborate in a second. So this is a glitch that is really cool, that is based a little bit on like how long the console has been on for. So we basically just skipped it, the entire fight, by jumping out of bounds, jumping once and then right, and then it triggers the end of the stage, which is kind of cool. But yeah, what I was saying originally is that like the way that the game counts down the in-game time, like, is important to take into consideration whether you want to jump into a door or not. That is because like for each one it has to count more. Like that's 4 frames, and when it goes from a 10s to 1s, it's just like 9 additional digits, which is a lot. And if you like just walk into a door, you can get a higher in-game time than when you jump into a door. That's why jumping into doors also fastest, because you get less digits count usually, but sometimes it can also lead to more digits count because like of one more timer tick. Hope that made sense. Hope it wasn't too technical. Oh. Oh, that was close. I messed this up slightly. So here I wanna jump because there's literally no downside from jumping there. You save some time from the extra animation, because you trigger the end later, and you save a little bit of time because the game has to count less digits. I might have done the RNG manipulation for this world a little bit wrong, which will just lose me 5 seconds if I do it optimally. Or like, it won't lose me 5 seconds if I do it optimally, it will lose me 2 seconds if I do it optimally. So we'll see if I did it correctly or not, because I really didn't think of it. So we went last seat here, and we had to like be a specific amount into the water to change the RNG just enough. If I didn't do it properly, I have to do 2 wall hug setups, which is a little bit annoying. Not gonna lie. Looks like I did it correctly? No, I didn't. Man, this run used to be somewhat decent, man. But I hope I can showcase this game and how punishing it is anyway. Like, this game is no joke. But it's also like very beginner friendly, because there's like a lot of variations of the way you can do the stages. And like it's like really punishing on a high level. But it's like a super fun game to learn. Because there's so many different ways that you can do the stage, and like doing like the super fastest strat usually just saves you like a couple of seconds or a couple of milliseconds, you know. So it's like there's a lot of, it's very rewarding because you feel you can do runs of this game very quickly, and you don't have to like be like in practice mode like 24/7. You can practice like casually and still get like somewhat of a decent time and feel like to naturally progress and do increasingly more difficult strats. So it's a super fun game to learn. This is what got me hooked, because I felt like so rewarded throughout the whole process. So I'm doing a glitch here, a variation of the double tumble glitch. My cat is in front of the door. He has to wait until the cutscene. So instead of tumbling twice here, we just tumbled once and grabbed the hammer, which essentially does the same thing. So that way we could kind of like do a different strategy on that stage that is like that's not the intended way of doing that stage. Oh yeah, that's how it goes. So this is how you can clip through an elevator. Since I messed up the RNG minute, I will get slightly different RNG here. The super fast strat here is to not get the item box. Oh. Can actually do it back up here. Like I just phased through it because I now have the duck boxing hitbox. So I got bad RNG there, but I used the recently found duck hitbox trick with the hammer to just negate that effect, so that's kinda useful. So I didn't lose as much time as I could have. So this obviously is better RNG as well now. Oh god, this is RNG. This game is on Game Boy. Like I'm playing this on an emulator right now. Did he just go in the princess? Yeah, basically if you stand under her, you can clip into her by doing a handspring. You will see that in a bit again on 8.14. You will see it. If I do it correctly, like it could be that I mess it up. And if I mess it up, that would be a little bit bad. Because I can soft block. Oh no. He certainly I definitely need to practice this stage. Oh, come on. Like, this is bad. Don't wanna go over schedule. Don't know, like, how long this one is taking so far. Oh, come on. Like, all of these mistakes I usually don't do. Super inconsistent recently. When it comes to a couple of strats at least. A little bit frustrating. I have to do it differently now. We're riding the key. The pioneers ride who used to ride these babies for miles, man. Okay, just don't die anymore and it's fine. I need to definitely practice this stage. So I'm dead. Oh, actually I'm not. No. Like it was a little bit, like, that was what I was planning, but usually it doesn't work when it's that late. So this stage is kind of interesting. So we just use 2 item boxes here and then do an elevator jump. Okay, we got it. Rough segment, but we got it. So now I have to do another hard reset here. And that is because if the game is on for too long, the trick in the in 8.16 doesn't work. The same with 7.12, which was the stage where it was going out of bounds to trigger the endings here a little bit late. Same with here, so if I do this like very slow, this segment, then I cannot go for it. I potentially soft lock or die, basically. But I really wanna get it because it's a cool trick to show off. So, but like, for example, like this is one of the hardest stages in this game, and also one of the longest, because like there's like very specific trick here. Let's see if I can get it first try. I got it first try, easy every time. Like there is a very specific setup for it, which makes this, like I would almost say free, but it's not really free, it's still really, really difficult. It's just that I'm kind of good at it, for whatever reason. For whatever reason, I've practiced it like a million times. So, as long as I don't die on the next stage, I can definitely go for 8.16 even if I die on that stage, which shouldn't happen. So here you want to collect the key again close to the door, so you land exactly onto the door. And now we're gonna do the Pauline clip to out of bounds to finishing the stage again. There we go. Like it's actually one of the funnier tricks in this game. It's really nice. Wish it would work on more stages. So this is going to be the last world that's gonna be coming up here. This is a really quick world where there can go lots of things wrong. Trust me on that one. So another hard reset. We're gonna go first seed. And if I don't get a specific strat here, we're bound to lose like a few, like 20 seconds or so, just due to RNG, because then the RNG setup didn't work. Or like, I didn't set up the RNG properly. So it's very punishing if you don't get a specific strategy here. So I get it. I almost got it. So now it's really punishing, you will see what I mean here now. Because now I will get bad RNG on 9.3. And potentially on 9.4 as well. But it only really matters in like World Rocket Speedrun, really. Because it's just like, it's a lot of time loss for when we talk about like World Rocket. But it's okay, Marathon. Open the door. Of course not. Yeah, this is what was expected, like he's just gonna not open the door for a long time. Then the ladders have to align as well, which is not, oh god, which is not based on the RNG value. Okay, there we go. That was basically the bad RNG I wanted to avoid. So if I had gotten that very specific jump on 9-1, I would have gotten perfect RNG on that stage. So now we imprison this little guy because he's a naughty boy. Or like he used to be a naughty boy when we didn't RNG manipulate. Like this guy would always like mess with the RNG, but now he doesn't anymore, I guess. Or like not as much anymore. Like it can still happen if you mess up RNG, but RNG manip. So I'm gonna do here another mid-world reset, because like the time that it takes to do a mid-world reset, on average you will just save time from getting better RNG in the next segment. So I will go last seed here again. So I wait here till the brick wall animation is done, and then I start the game. That host like took like 6 seconds to do. Hope that wasn't too late. Might have done the stage not optimally for the RNG, but we will see. So the next couple of stages are really quick. Oh no. Okay, about that. Yeah, that is something that can happen if you let go at the wrong time. So RNG manipulation officially failed. Now we have to wait until he opens the door and then we have to swing 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have to make sure we look into the right direction, because if you don't look into the right direction when you let go, you just get launched into the wrong direction. Which has happened to me. It's always funny when it happens, like... Unless it's on a world record pace run, then it's kinda heartbreaking. Certainly never happened to me before. Now 9-9 is gonna be random. Let me do this again. Did the stage wrong. My bad. I need to practice again. Probably dead here, yeah. That was too slow, basically. A lot of unnecessary deaths here and there, but happens to the best of us. Why can't I not get that? It's not that difficult, trust me. That wasn't optimal either. Probably gonna get hit here now. Okay, so one more boss and then we're done. So the next boss is quite punishing, like a lot of things in this game. But we get it. Especially punishing if we don't know what he's going to do. Fun fact, this is the only stage where you can naturally do left-sided wall jumps. But I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to get safe and go to the right side. So this boss fight is a lot like the boss fight in SMW, like the end fight. I couldn't get the second barrel there. So one more round, like two more hits, and then the boss is dead, and then it's time. So now it's basically free based on depending on how the barrels spawn. They basically spawn in the worst possible way. I'm gonna take the save, we're gonna die here. Okay. Time. That was Donkey Kong 94. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It had some, like, not so smooth parts to it, but overall, I had a lot of time and a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you guys had as well. Now the credits play. We rescued Pauline. We did it, guys. And now I can let in my cat. He's chilling in front of my door. Cat, come in. GG, guys. I was under the estimate by half a minute. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. I did it at least. Under the estimate. I was actually kind of scared after like all of the mistakes and it wasn't be under the estimate. A world record is at like 59 minutes, which I'm a contender for, so can be a lot quicker. This was the entire game. And now it's the end. Oh no, it's not, actually. It's been such a long time since I watched this. Since the last, this is like the first time in a long time that I did a no reset run. Which I will be doing a lot more soon.
Alright, GG, good run.
Okay, I will head
Any shoutouts?
Any shoutouts? Well, to the Donkey Kong 94 community, to PTO, the current world record holder, Niall Sprite, Spark City, who else? Ludwig, Dr. DK, Nadiko, and yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. So I will head out and have a nice rest of the marathon.